Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manaswini Padhi, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So, I am covering the banking and insurance portion. In my previous video lectures, I have already discussed about the insurance portion, different types of insurances, principles of insurances, etc. In banking portion, I have already covered the introduction of banking and the functions of commercial banks. So today I am going to discuss about the role of commercial bank in a developing economy and the advantages and the disadvantages of the commercial bank. So what is a bank? A bank is a financial institution which accepts money from those who have surplus of money and lends money to those who have deficit of money. If I can take an example, like I am a person, I have monthly income, I save something from that, so I don't keep that particular extra amount in my personal home. I will save that in a bank. Why? Because bank will give me interest on that particular amount. So idle money will not get more. If we invest that, if we deposit that in our bank account, then I will get more return. Okay. So similarly, if a person wants a certain amount of money as a loan in order to start a business or for some personal activities or to purchase a motorbike, etc. So he will go to a bank and avail loan from bank. Okay. So this is the basic functions of bank, that is accepting deposits and advancing loan. So let's start with today's video lecture. Role of commercial bank in a developing economy. Commercial banks play a significant role in economic growth and development of developing countries like India. Banks lubricate the entire monetary and financial system and ensure smooth operation. Commercial banks are the nerve center of the capital market, industrial and trading activities of a country. The commercial banks are the most important financial institutions and play an important role in the economic development of a country. So commercial banks play an important role in the economic development, economic growth of a country. Okay. How? Whatever amount gets deposited in a bank as savings of a consumer or depositor, bank doesn't keep that amount as idle. Okay. So bank invests that amount in different type of development projects like government projects, bridge construction projects, factory construction projects, etc. So that amount don't get idle and that gets invested in different type of areas, and in return bank gets its profit. We can think of another side of this, that is, once the bank invests in the capital of a country, in the development of a country, indirectly the economic growth of a country rapids itself. Okay. So this is the role of commercial bank in a developing country like India. So we will discuss the role of commercial bank. First one under that is helpful in mobilization of savings. Commercial banks attract the idle saving into organized capital market of the country. The commonest form of savings that is done by individuals who consume less than their total income. Banks convert savings into capital formation by extending credit facilities to the investors and entrepreneurs. Banks provide credit facilities to investors and entrepreneurs. How? The amount which is deposited by the depositors with the bank, that amount is disbursed among different type areas like entrepreneurship areas, investment areas, so that an entrepreneur can use that amount in order to start its business or in order to run its business. So this is how whatever savings has been made by the depositor will be mobilized and will get double by the time passes. Okay. So this is the first thing, this is the most important role of commercial bank, that is the mobilization of savings. Okay. Next point is our assist in innovations. Commercial banks are also helpful in innovations. Innovations stimulate the process of growth and development through new technology, discovery of new markets for the existing products. Commercial banks facilitate in innovation of new and advanced technology across different sectors of the economy by offering financial help. Commercial bank offers support to different sectors of the economy. For example, commercial banks invest in different research programs, in different development projects. So, in this way, commercial bank is also increasing its profit and also helping in the development of the economy. This is what this point says, that is, it assists in innovation as the fund gets invested in different research projects, different type of innovations are being done. Okay, if this fund will not be available for that research project, then innovations work cannot be done. Okay, so commercial bank helps in developing projects and different sectors for innovation projects also. Next one is the implementation of monetary policy. The monetary policy of the central bank of the country is a very important instrument of economic policy in a liberalized economy. The monetary policy must be implemented effectively and efficiently to manage the crucial sectors of sound health of economy. In fact, commercial banks constitute the center stage of any monetary program of the government or the central bank of the country. All of us know, according to New Industrial Policy 1991, there are three types of policies which are introduced, that is economic policy, fiscal policy and monetary policy. So, among all three policies, monetary policy is the most important policy because it includes the monetary matters, okay, as fiscal policy includes tax matters and economic policy includes different economic reforms. So, under this, there are also three things which are introduced, that is LPG. LPG stands for liberalization, privatization and globalization. So, in a liberalized economy like India, monetary policy is very important. Monetary policy includes different type of things like issuing of currency, disbursement of currencies, advancement, credit creation, different type of reserve like cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, etc. So, commercial banks helps in implementing the monetary policy. Commercial banks gets instructed about the monetary policy, about the recent reforms by the central bank, that is Reserve Bank of India. Okay, and according to the instructions of the Central Bank of India, commercial bank operates and imposes the monetary policy in the country. So, this is also one of the primary role, one of the most important role of commercial bank in a developing economy. Banks influence the interest rates. Banks influence the rate of interest and structure of interest rate by means of credit creation. Banks influence the volume and pattern of investment, which is very important in the context of growth and development of developing countries like India. Banks influence the interest rate. How banks can influence the interest rate? This can be done by the process of credit creation. What is credit creation? For example, a bank gets deposited 100 rupees with itself. So, all the 100 out of 100 won't be disbursed as a loan. Some portion of reserve will be kept according to the guidelines of the RBI. Two types of reserve are been kept, that is decided upon two ratios, that is SLR and CRR. SLR is statutory liquidity ratio and CRR is cash reserve ratio. After these two type of reserve is kept, the left amount is disbursed among different type of loan applicants. Okay, for example, 100 rupees has been kept as deposit in a commercial bank. So, we can guess like 10% is kept in SLR reserve and 10% is kept in CRR reserve. 20 rupees are kept as reserve. So, the rest 80 rupees will be disbursed. That will be also in a strategical manner. The whole of 80 rupees cannot be given as long-term loan. That should be a combination of short-term, medium-term and long-term loans. So, this is what banks influence the interest rate. The higher will be the deposits in a bank, the higher amount that will give as loans. Okay. So, when a person gets some amount deposited in a bank, he will get something in return. Similarly, when a person takes some amount of loan from a bank, that person has to return the principal amount as well as the interest amount. Okay, so these are the profits of a bank. So this is how banks influence the interest rate by the process of credit creation. Next one is helpful in the development of priority sectors. Commercial banks also play a very important role in the development of priority sectors of the economy. Banks help in achieving the objective of development of priority sector through its selective credit policy. Commercial banks are often engaged in advancing loans on priority basis to farmers, small scale industrialists, etc. in order to improve the rate of production. So, helpful in the development of priority sector. What is a priority sector? Priority sector is that sector which needs immediate growth, which needs immediate development. So, commercial banks also helps in the development of the priority sector by providing them financial inclusion. So, commercial bank provides loans to those priority sector in less amount of interest. These loans are given to small artisans, small farmers, small scale industries, etc. so that they can start their business and they can run their business properly. Besides commercial banks, Central Bank of India, central government has also introduced some type of schemes and programs for this type of small scale industries so that they can run their business and they can start their business. But this is the very important role of commercial bank in order to improve the priority sector. Priority sector lending is very popular nowadays. Everybody in priority sector is opening account, is applying for loan and starting a new business in order to be self-sufficient, and commercial bank assists in this. So these were the roles of commercial bank in a developing country, okay, in a developing economy. Next we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of commercial bank. All of us know everything has its specific advantages and disadvantages. So we will discuss some of the points of the advantages and demerits. So under advantages of banking, first point is advantages of large scale business. The big banks possess huge financial resources with large number of branches. Huge financial resources help a bank to grant loans and advances to large number of people. Banks can also expand its business activities all over the country and abroad. Next point is our geographical spreading of risks. The banks can spread its risks geographically under the banking system. The bank can recover its losses of one area branch from the profits of some other area branch. The banks can also face any type of financial shock and meet any emergency in any time successfully. So these are the 2 points, that is advantages of large scale business and geographical spreading of risk. So this is the main advantage of a commercial bank. So a commercial bank has branch banking system included in it. It has different type of branches available in different areas of a country. So whatever risk is appearing in a bank, that will be segregated, that will be spreaded in different areas. So if one branch is making losses in a particular area, those losses can be minimized by the profit of another branch of that particular bank only. Okay. So if we think of a whole country, then there are different type of banks available and a lot of branches are available. So all these banks help in spreading the risk geographically all over the country. Next one is a remittance of money. The meaning of remittance is transfer of money. Under the banking system, the banks have their branches all over the country. As such, it is easy to transfer funds from one branch to another with minimum amount of cost. Next one is our economy of cash reserves. The banking system keeps minimum cash reserve in their different branches, which results in the economy of cash reserve. I have already told this to you, that is 2 type of reserves are being kept according to the RBI guidelines under 2 ratios. Those are SLR and CRR. statutory liquidity ratio and cash reserve ratio. Banks with large number of branches can perform lending operations efficiently with a small amount of cash reserve. The requirement of any one branch for extra cash can easily be met by transferring the cash from some other banks. So, remittance of money and economy of cash reserve. These 2 points are interlinked with each other. For example, a bank has certain amount deposited in it. It will keep some amount as reserve. So, the other amount will be spent on advancing loan. If an emergency situation arises that the bank will need a specific amount of money and it doesn't have any fund available with it, the bank can collect money from other branch also. Okay, because as there are many type of branches are there, many branches are there. So, collecting money, remittance of money, transfer of money from one place to another place is not difficult. Next one is a greater public confidence. A bank with large number of branches and huge financial resources can enjoy greater public confidence. Obviously, the branch having higher number of branches, higher number of goodwill, higher number of employees will get more public confidence. Like in case of State Bank of India, it has captured a large market share and it is the most important bank in the banking system of our country because it has gained a greater public confidence in it. Next one is our high banking standard. Efficient banking system can provide diversified and modern services to all type of customer. It can introduce advanced banking techniques and maintain high standard of operation. So, once a bank gets reputed in its sector, then it can adopt different type of advanced banking strategies and provide all type of services to customer, from starting with ATM services to opening account by sitting at home, doing different type of transaction by sitting at home with the help of a PC or a mobile. This increases the banking standard. Okay, the banks with high banking standard can introduce advanced banking techniques. Okay, so next one is our public relations. The bank can have wide relations with the customers. This assists the bank to get correct and reliable information regarding the credit requirements of different type of customer. So, maintaining public relation is very important for a bank. Every bank has some employees called relationship manager, wealth manager, customer relationship manager. So, these managers are there in order to maintain the relationship with public. What kind of relationship? Formal relationship, like getting feedback from them, okay, about the services, what they expect more from the bank, etc. So, public relation is very important in order to satisfy the consumers. This is one of the important advantages of a commercial bank, that it maintains public relations. Next one is proper investment of capital. Banking system also ensures proper investment of capital. In this system, there is more safety and liquidity of funds. As this is a transparent system, here the funds of the consumers are more safe and liquid in nature. The choice of securities and investment is also larger. This capital is most gainfully employed. Here, whatever deposit amount is there, that is more gainfully, more profitably employed in different sectors. Next one is expansion of banking services. Branch banking makes complete banking services available to the smallest communities. The branches in small localities can be initially started at a loss in expectation of future gains, which I have already discussed. That is the importance of priority sector. It is getting increased day by day. Banking services are being expanded to different new limits to provide services to even small localities, rural localities. Okay. So, these were the advantages of banking system. Next, we will go to disadvantages of banking system. First one is expensive. It is an expensive system of banking. Many expenses are to be incurred to maintain the coordination between different branches of bank. Operational expenses are very high in banking system. coordination and communication between various branches become a major problem. Okay, so as different type of branches are available under different banks, so this is very expensive to maintain the coordination between different branches and different banks. Okay, so next one is the difficulty of management. Under banking system, each bank has various branches spread all over the country and even abroad. It becomes very difficult to manage and control their activities. Branch offices have to obtain orders from the head office even for small matters. It reduces efficiency and productivity. So difficulty of management. It becomes difficult to manage a bank. Why? Because there are different type of offices available. Head office, zonal office, regional office, etc. So even for taking a smaller decisions, the branch of a bank has to contact to different superior offices. Okay, so it takes time and it's difficult to manage commercial bank with a lot of employees and a lot of branches in all over the country. So this one is the last disadvantage, that is lack of initiative. Banking system lacks initiative. How? No branch office can take independent decisions because this is connected with different type of offices like regional, zonal, etc. Main office, head office is also there. A branch manager has limited powers and most of the time they wait for the clearance from regional offices. For even small decisions, the branch manager has to depend upon the regional office, zonal office or head office of the bank to get permission. So as a result, it becomes very difficult to operate for a commercial bank according to local demand and conditions. Thus, here initiative is lost because for every decision permission is required. Okay, so this is what I have discussed in my today's class, that is the role of commercial bank in developing economy and the advantages and disadvantages of the banking system. I hope you have understood the video. In my next video I will discuss further. We will go one by one and we will complete the banking and insurance part step by step. Okay, so I hope you have understood the video. If you didn't get something, you can ask me in the comment box. I will clear your doubts. Thank you for watching.